Hi guys, today in this video we will learn about the operations with the radicals, and we will learn how to simplify radicals, how to add or subtract radicals, and how to multiply radicals. So the first example is express each of the following as a mixed radical in the lowest term. Okay, the first thing is what's the difference between an entire radical and the mixed radical. For example, the first one, that is entire radical, and this is a mixed radical. So why is it a mixed radical? Because we have a whole number and a radical. Whole number is 5 and the radical is square root of 27. But this is not in the simplest form. Okay, so let's see how can we write radical in the simplest form. Okay, so the first number is 72. So whenever simplifying radical, you have to find out the numbers, two numbers that multiply to 72, and one of them should be a perfect square number. So 72 is, there are many numbers that multiply to 72, but we have to go for the perfect square number, and that should be the largest. 9 times 8 is also 72, and 9 is a perfect square number, but it's not the largest number. So 72 is basically 36 times 2, right? Okay, and now 36, that's a perfect square number, and square root of 36 is 6, so we can simply write 6 square root of 2. So that's my answer. For second question, that's a mixed radical, but it is not in the simplest form. So what I will do, I can write 27 as 9 times 3. 9 is a perfect square number, right? So it's 5. And now square root of 9 is 3. So I can write 3. And what I'm left with is square root of 3. And now it will be 15 square root of 3. Similarly, the next one is 10 times 40. So it will be 10, and 40 means 4 times 10, right? So that becomes 10. Square root of 4 is 2, and I'm left with square root of 10. And that becomes 20 square root of 10. So this is how we can simplify a radical or as a mixed radical in the lowest term. Next is simplify radical. So the first example, we are adding the radicals. When we add the radicals, we can always add like terms here. So here, the like terms mean the terms which has the same radical. So here, this term and this term have the same radical, so they are like terms, whereas these two are same radicals. So here, first we will write like terms together. So it will be 3 square root of 3 minus 4 square root of 3 plus 8 square root of 2 plus 11 square root of 2. And now we'll add these two and these two. So that becomes negative 1 square root of 3 plus 8 plus 11 is 19 square root of 2. And that's my final answer. Next is I have to multiply these two, right? So when you multiply two radicals, it's like same as, for example, if I multiply 2x with 4y, my answer will be 2 times 4, which is 8, and x times y will be xy. So here I multiply the whole numbers. 4 times 3 is 12, and then square root of 6 times 3 will be square root of 18. And now I can further simplify it. 12, 18 is 9 times 2. So that becomes 12. Square root of 9 is 3, and I'm left with square root of 2. And my final answer is 12 times 3, 36, square root of 2. The next question is about multiplying and distributing. So here, when I distribute, I multiply this with this term and this term, right? So here I have a 1, right? You know that's a whole number is 1 here. So when I multiply, 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 7 is square root of 14, plus 2 times 3 is 6, and square root of 2 times square root of 3 is also 6. And I can't simplify it any further, so that's my answer. Next question, I will use the FOIL here. So when I use the FOIL, I have to multiply this and then these two, right? So 6 times 3 is 18, and then 6 times 2 square root of 10 will be 12 square root of 10. When I multiply 6 with 2 square root of 10, I will multiply 6 with 2 only. I won't multiply the 6 with 10. Minus, then 5 times square root of 5 times 3 will be 3 square root of 5. Minus square root of 5 times 2 square root of 10 will be 2 square root of 5 times 10 is 50. And now I can further simplify it. It will be 18 plus 12 square root of 10 minus 3 square root of 5 plus minus 2. 50, I can write it as 25 times 2, right? And that becomes negative 2. Square root of 25 is 5 square root of 2, right? So my final answer will be 18 plus 12 square root of 10 minus 3 square root of 5 minus 10 square root of 2. And I can't simplify it any further because I don't have any like terms. Here I have square root of 2, here square root of 5, square root of 10, and that's a whole number, so I don't have any term which is like. Okay, the last question is, again we have to simplify that, is adding and subtracting, but first we have to simplify the radicals in the lowest term. So the first is 7 square root of 12. 12 means 4 times 3 minus 3. 28 is 4 times 7 plus 1 over 2. 48 is 16 times 3 plus 2 divided by 3, and 63 mean 9 times 7. Okay, and now I will write 7 square root of 4 is 2, 2 square root of 3 minus 3. Again square root of 4 is 2, and I'm left with square root of 7 plus 1 over 2. Square root of 16 is 4, and I'm left with square root of 3 plus 2 over 3. Square root of 9 is 3, and I'm left with square root of 7. And now I just multiply them. 7 times 2 is 14 square root of 3. Remember that we don't multiply 7 with square root of 3. We just multiply 7 and 2, so that's 14. I won't write 14 square root of 21. It's just square root of 3. Minus 6 square root of 7. Okay, it's half times 4. So half times 4 is 2. Or you can say half of 4 is 2. So I'm left with 2 square root of 3. Similarly, this 3 cancels out, and I'm left with plus 2 square root of 7. And now I have to see if there are any like terms I can add. So I have 2 like terms here. This and this one is like term, and these 2 are like terms. So I will write the like terms together. So it's 14 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 3. And the other like term is minus 6 square root of 7 plus 2 square root of 7. So when I add these two, that becomes 16 square root of 3 minus 6 plus 2 is 4 square root of 7. And that is my final answer. So this is all about simplifying radicals. Thank you so much.